Somewhat recently, I made a video about the Google Home Mini, and actually I was so impressed with the sound quality and I like the design so much that I ended up picking up the other two colors of the Google Home Mini. But that's not what this video is about, because as you can probably tell from the title and the description and everything below, I picked up the Google Home Max, and it is finally here. Now you might be asking yourself, Jordan, why would you pay $400 for a speaker? Yes, it is a smart speaker, it has Google's voice assistant built into it, but at the end of the day, it is still a speaker. To be quite frank and honest with you, I didn't need it. I had not intended to pick one up, but I saw several videos and several reviews of this speaker comparing it both with the original Google Home as well as the Home Mini, and apparently this thing is very loud, it's very clear, it's very crisp, excellent sound quality, and it would probably be perfect right about where that little speaker is. So that's probably where it's going to live, at least until things happen and I end up moving to a different place. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. For today though, let's go ahead, we'll open the packaging, take a look at it, set it up. There you go, that lovely, easy to open packaging. And actually I think the last thing here is just to grab by the handles on the side and lift the top off. And here is the speaker, just a Google Home Mini here for comparison. Significantly larger, hopefully significantly louder. Oh, and it's heavy. That is definitely a very heavy little speaker, and it has this pad on the bottom of it to provide separation from whatever surface it is you're putting it on so it's not vibrating the table. But it's also got a magnet built into it so it just attaches to the bottom of the speaker and stays there, or you can attach it to the other side. Yeah, actually it says right here, attach base here for vertical orientation, which we will go ahead and peel this off. And then on the top you can kind of see right here, volume controls just by sliding along the top here, play and pause by tapping right in the middle, but this is supposed to come off as well. But we'll put this aside for just a minute because we also get in here some documentation, the same kind of stuff that we got with the Google Home Mini, and the power cord. Now this power cord is white or chalk, whatever Google wants to call it, because there are two different colors of the speaker available. There's the charcoal, the dark gray one that I've got here, and then there's chalk, which is more along these lines. The weird thing about the chalk one though is the power cord is not what actually matches it. They included I think the term was olive colored, so it's kind of a weird light green color. Anyway, this one has the chalk white, light gray, whatever you want to call it, cord, and a very, very small plug on the end of it. And now taking a step back and taking a look at the speaker itself, they've actually got a picture on the outside of the box that shows where all of the internal guts of the speaker are. And there you can see the layout. You've got two 0.7-inch tweeters and dual 4.5-inch high excursion woofers, and of course there's a list of the stuff that it can do on the top there. Smart sound, it has far-field voice controls. You can control it with your mobile device. It's expandable, so you can actually pair it with other Google Home Max devices or use it with multi-room audio, so other things like the Home Mini and the Home will work with it. And getting back to the speaker yet again, on the top here, as we've already looked at, we have the touch controls and a couple of microphones. On this side, there's nothing. The other side, there's a couple of microphones in case you happen to place it on its base this way. Nothing on the bottom. And then on the back, you have the mute switch, so mute, not muted, the power plug, what I would assume is a pairing or a reset button, a USB-C port in case you want to power your USB-C phone off of this, and a 3.5mm audio jack so you can plug an external source into this, which, like I said, for the time being, I'm probably going to move this speaker I've got right here and place the Google Home Max right there, significantly larger and louder, and it will work off 3.5mm like that is, but at the same time, be able to be used for Google voice controls. So without any further ado, I think I ought to go ahead, make the move, get it all set up, and we'll test it out. So here's where I'll probably keep this placed for the time being, right in between my other two speakers that are already hooked up to the TV. And now for the first time, to power up the Google Home Max.
Welcome to Google Home. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
That was pretty slick. And on my iPhone, it does show here Google Home is ready to be set up, so we'll go ahead and hit set up there. Did you hear the sound? Yes, I did. Where's this device? It's in the office. And we'll call it Home Max. Set it up on my Wi-Fi, and it says it is connected. It says get personal results with voice match. It says it can already recognize my voice because presumably it's taking from the other Google Home devices I've got. And it says voice match complete, so we'll continue. So just going through the rest of the setup here, it's asking if I wanted to keep the voice it had, getting location stuff and everything. And right now it's updating the Home Max. And now as you can see, Google Home Max is ready. And of course, there's all the things that we can tell it to do. Music, answers, get stuff done, have fun, and we're ready to go. Now, if I want to turn it up or down, there is this bar on the top, as we mentioned before, so I should be able to just swipe my finger across. Not quite as sensitive as I would have expected. I would expect from 1 to 4 all the way on one swipe. But it gets the job done. The play and pause button, I don't have anything playing at the moment, so I guess it is time to play something. Hey Google, play copyright-free music.
Sure, here's a Google Play Music radio mix based on the semi-copyright free songs playlist.
Wow, that's got some bass to it. I didn't even have it turned up all the way. That was like 50%. Yeah, that's too loud for the microphone. Tap the button on top and it pauses it. Tap it again, it plays. Hey Google, next song. And it's able to hear me over itself. Of course, I am pretty close to it. I guess I should try it from across the room. So we'll turn it up and go try it. Yeah, I was about 10 feet away and it was able to hear me pretty easily. Obviously not as loud as the speaker can go. Let me try it again. Hey Google, resume. Well, I had to kind of raise my voice there, but it did definitely hear me and stop when I told it to. Boy, that was overpowering. In this size room, this room is about 12 by 18, I think. It was overpowering at its top. So I'll probably keep it around 50 to maybe 75% at max. 50% is probably good for this room. The sound quality is really, really nice though. And what it's supposed to do, it takes these microphones it's got all around it and it adapts the sound that you're hearing to whatever space you're in. So the room that you're in, you're always hopefully going to have the best quality sound possible from this speaker. And obviously it does have Google's Assistant built into it, so you can do things like, hey Google, turn the office lights green.
Sure, changing 9 lights to green.
And that light over there just changed, as well as the other lights in the room. Hey Google, turn the office lights purple.
You got it, changing 9 lights to purple.
And you can't really see it because it's a little blown out, but there you go, it's purple. Hey Google, how tall is the Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower is 984 feet tall.
Hey Google, what's Mars like?
Here's a summary from the website n.wikipedia.org. Craters of the
Google,
moon
stop.
and the valleys, deserts, and polar ice.
It didn't want to stop in the middle of that. That's odd. But I think that's about as far as I'm going to go with this for today. I'm going to start using this along with my TV because, like I said, it does have the 3.5mm jack going into it. Meaning if I go over to YouTube to play a video, because I have a splitter on my TV, it'll go out to the speakers I have over here on these sides, as well as the Home Max here in the middle.
So I just finished filming the video, so I'll link to it down below.
But
in that, I mentioned several of the purchases I made on Black Friday.
That's not
which
great.
included.
For whatever reason, this speaker is out of sync with the other two. They're all hooked up using a 3.5mm audio cable, so I'm not sure why that would be.
Not the Echo Plus, the actual Echo itself. I've been making.
But that is definitely way out of sync. So that's definitely a bit of a bummer. I paid $400 for a speaker that I'm not going to be able to use with my TV. Maybe I can use it as the primary speaker for the TV and move these other speakers somewhere else. Technically, I could pick up another one of these speakers and have 2 of them, but that's an awful lot to pay for a couple of speakers. So yeah, very early impressions of the Home Max. I'm really impressed with the sound quality. I am significantly less impressed with the way that it works with my other speakers. That's most likely something to do with the Google Home Max itself, maybe where it's pre-processing the audio for the room. Because as I was showing earlier, I did have another speaker in this exact spot before, and it didn't have any problems being perfectly in sync with the other speakers. It's 3.5mm, it shouldn't have any problem with that. So if you're using it entirely as a smart speaker, it's going to be great. If you're using it entirely on its own with a stereo system or something, it's going to be even better. If you try to pair it up with something else like another set of speakers, you're probably going to have problems, and that really stinks. So that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm very much of mixed opinion about it. I don't think I could recommend anybody pay $400 for this speaker, and definitely not $800 for 2. But maybe if you wait until next year, when Apple's HomePod does become available and more of these large smart home speakers become available, the price on this might drop. Google might release another version of this next year that's even cheaper, we don't know. I just wanted to give this one a try because it did sound so impressive in the videos that I watched. So I guess let me know what you think of it down below. I've not seen anybody else mention that this has a problem with syncing to other speakers like that. So again, I'm pretty disappointed with that. But either way, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel to get notified when new videos come out, and I'll see you again next time.